Yo, what's up, my peeps out there in the digital space? Yep, looks like I'm live. Hope y'all are doing well. For those who do not know me, my name is Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your Money Matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have a God-given right to keep it. So it's my purpose and my passion to come out here and speak with my people about how they can keep more of their money. It's not about how much you're able to make, it's about how much you're able to keep. And what you're able to keep will allow you to build generational wealth. After all, isn't that what we're responsible for doing? Isn't that what we should be doing, right? We all should be leaving an inheritance for our children. All right. Give me a second here. I'm trying to share this and making sure that it is all the places I need to be before I get started here. For those who are on, share, like, and comment, and drop where you're connecting from, what city and state that you're connecting from. I hope this does bring some value to you. But just let me know. Just want to share some nuggets here that someone shared with me. All right, because this is what this is all about. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. Um, we're going through some troubling times right now, dealing with a invisible evil called this coronavirus. And as a consequence, it is having a stronghold on our economy. The economy is pretty much at a standstill, if not a turtle crawl, because of business shutting down because of the virus, closing. Some are closing for good. Stock market is going up and down. It's not stable because of people are not spending money. Why people are not spending money? Well, because of this coronavirus. All right. So this coronavirus produced like a domino effect on what it is that we're doing, right? And so it is hard for us now to generate income in an environment such as this. All right. I want to go back to, I'm just going to have a discussion here. I want to go back to the early days of the 1900s. During that time, we had a thriving economy such as Black Wall Street. Now, I'm not here to kind of teach history. History was my worst subject, but we all know what the history behind Black Wall Street. We know that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, particularly where you have affluent black uh, black family members or individuals who have ownership in income producing assets such as businesses, land, and other tangible assets, to where they were able to reinvest that back into the community and grow a community to where they had an economic hub for black people. All right. And so back then, we all knew Black Wall Street as a brick and mortar. Back then, that's what it was all about: brick and mortar. Whether you was selling something out of a building or right there curbside, but that was brick and mortar. Fast forward to 1921, then now here comes something that ended a powerful black economic society, and they destroyed it. Not only did they destroy the economics, that black economic society, but they also killed a lot of black folks. All right. Hey, what's up, Quarantina from Huntsville? Yep, yep. What's up, Miss Q? All right. So Black Wall Street. when it was a thriving economic hub for our black people. During that time, they didn't fight for integration. During that time, they had a thriving economic hub to where they were financially self-sufficient. All right. They were financially self-sufficient and they relied on each other. They catered, I mean, they provided goods and services for the black people, but they also had economic resources for those black people. And that was a thriving society financially. And whoever you want to call it, you can call them evils or whoever, they saw that. They saw that. And then here come the massacre and destroyed Black Wall Street. Destroyed it. We have not yet rebound from that destruction. Actually, it was destroyed. Because see, destruction and destroyed is two different things, right? When something is destroyed, it no longer exists. There's no particles left anywhere. It's totally gone. Destruction, on the other hand, is something that was torn down, but you have some particles left. And the glory behind the destruction, anything that was destructed can be restructured because you still have the pieces left over. All right. But see, in Black Wall Street, it was destroyed. They didn't have any pieces to go rebuild. And therefore, we fast forward now to 1920, we've never rebuilt Wall Street, or shall I say Black Wall Street. I don't know whether or not if we don't have we've been mentally programmed to think that Black Wall Street doesn't exist, could never coexist in this society, whether or not we are too afraid to rebuild, I don't know. But see, now we're in a situation where we're fighting for integration, but integration is still a fight. Instead of us being self-sufficient and self-reliant, we still at a point to where we're being dependent upon the system to treat us fairly. We all know that the powers to be, the system, the society, will never have on the agenda for the betterment of Black people. Let me say this again. Black people will never be on the agenda for the betterment of Black people. Will never be on the agenda. We have to grasp that mindset. It will never happen. Sharonica, thanks for jumping on, Queen. It will never happen. Now, as soon as we realize that we'll never be on the agenda, now, here's what we have to do. We have to push our own agenda. But how do we do that, said? That's easier said than done. Here's what we have to do. We have to have or build an economic, stable, sustainable, thriving economic system, so that way we can influence change. Because here's what's happening. The powers to be, even though we're exercising our First Amendment right to voice change, here's the problem. They don't value Black people's voice. And why they don't? Because Black people don't have an economic influence. It's hard pill to swallow, but that is the case. For those people that think that race doesn't have anything to do with economics, I'm here to tell you it has everything to do with economics. If you have an economic influence, you can make a judicial change. People, look, the wealthy, they are buying and renting politicians all day long. And they get in there and they push their own personal agenda. When I say personal, it's all about them. It ain't about for the people. But money talks. Unfortunately, in this society is built on capitalism. Now we can be on the wrong side or the right side of capitalism. But if we on the right side of capitalism, we can bring about change to cover down on this racial discrimination, racial barriers, racial division, or what have you. If any of y'all heard of Dr. Claude Anderson, please, if you haven't, go listen to him as he talk about building those 5 floors. Those five floors is how Black Wall Street was thriving back in the early 1900s. They understood the concept. They understood the concept. But here now in 2020, we lost that concept. And we're not even thinking about rebuilding Black Wall Street as we should. Black Wall Street was flourished or looked to be as a flourishing, self-contained economic hub for their people. But it was destroyed. It was destroyed. And it was destroyed because it was physically destroyed in a centralized environment where a powerful Black economic society ended. Given the time that we're in right now, now is the time to rebuild Wall Street. It is time to rebuild Wall Street. When we rebuild Black Wall Street, and I want to put emphasis on Black, okay, because we're talking about rebuilding Black Wall Street. When we successfully do that, now we have economic influence. See, the economic influence is what's going to take it from protesting on the street to making an influence in the courtroom, because that's where the bills and laws are being passed. They're not being passed on the street where we protesting and all that, where we fighting against the police officer in the street. The bills are not the bills or the decision on a bill being passed is not happening on the streets. It's happening behind closed doors. And only the people behind closed doors are the ones who have influence. And the people who have influence have a sustainable, thriving economic hub that's going to help influence, bring about a change. See, we got to get beyond the physical aspect. It goes beyond that. Now, getting back to rebuilding Black Wall Street, it's time. But see, we're not gonna build or rebuild Black Wall Street physically. See, back then it was brick and mortar businesses. That's the traditional way of building business. But look, fast forward to 2020. Traditional way of building the business is trending now to digital business. See, what used to be brick and mortar now is trending to click and order. We're living in a digital information age right now. We're now transitioning to click and order. If you don't believe me, right now, since most of us are not going out anywhere, we shelter in place or anything like that, how are you getting your goods to you? You're going online and order it. This is the reason why Amazon, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, will soon be the world's first trillionaire, because his business is click and order. His business is click and order. All right. That's the first thing that we need to understand in rebuilding Black Wall Street is we don't have to build it all physically, because if we all build it physically and we start thriving, here come the destruction again, or here come it's going to be destroyed again. But if we build it digitally, now it is hard to destroy something that's digitally. I take it a little bit further. Not only build it digitally, but now let's build it in a decentralized environment. See, brick and mortar was in a centralized environment. You had somebody in the middle that kind of controlled a few things for them to get to where they was at. They probably had to start off with a bank. You still had government somewhere involved, all right? But in a decentralized environment, you don't have no governing body. You don't have not one person or one group or a certain group controlling how wealth is being distributed. See, right now we're in a centralized environment. Therefore, wealth is controlled through distribution. Somebody is controlling the distribution of wealth. In a decentralized environment, you don't have that. And that's where we can reborn Black Wall Street and make it powerful once again. Okay? So when we build it digitally in a decentralized environment, there's full independence because no one controls it, and it cannot be destroyed because it runs for infinity. Okay? Now, somebody is probably going to ask, well, say, what do you mean about building Black Wall Street in a decentralized environment? I'm talking the blockchain. For those who do not know, we're soon to be a cashless society, meaning we won't be coming out of our pocket with a dollar bill or some coins. We're going to be hitting an app or a digital wallet to send money to whoever, to a merchant or to an individual. We're doing that now through Cash App or Zelle. All right. But in addition to that, the almighty dollar is dwindling down in value. It had already been dwindling down in value. And there's going to be a new currency once this market reset. I don't know when the market is going to reset, but once we get on the other side of COVID-19, you can best believe the economy is going to be on a reset. And they're going to cryptocurrency. They're going to cryptocurrency. That's going to be the digital currency that we're going to be accustomed to. That's going to be the new norm. See, right now we're looking at all the cases as far as all this racial discrimination and things with the police, and that do need some attention. But why all that is happening, dealing with the Jada Pinkett and Will Smith stuff, and dealing with whatever it is out there going on in mainstream, dealing with 4-5 in his comments. Meanwhile, in the background, you have the wealthy folks and these top tier Fortune 500 companies are silently moving a portion of their wealth, at least 30-40% of their wealth, from the stock market to cryptocurrency. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. That's not being talked about in mainstream. But my ears, my third eye and my ears are open to other things, and I'm seeing a lot of movement as far as how people are repositioning themselves for when this economy does hit the switch on changing how we do business. Right now, is happening. And I'm here to tell you, we are soon to be going to a decentralized environment, and is not going to be no other option. The question is, how soon in advance will you start getting accustomed to it? Because the sooner we start getting accustomed to it, when they hit the switch, we won't be devastated. We won't be devastated. If you start now understanding decentralized environment by blockchain, okay, then now we can be ready for the switch. Here's how the blockchain works. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get on out your way. Think about this. For those who played Monopoly back in the day, all right, let's look at a Monopoly board. On the board are different squares, and inside the squares are assets known as real estate assets. Park Avenue, South Side, I forgot all the different names. So anyone that's playing on the Monopoly board, right now we're playing Monopoly in real life, but we're losing in Monopoly because either we don't understand how Monopoly works, or we're not willing to learn and realize the game of Monopoly is being played. But anyway, back to the Monopoly. So those who are participating in Monopoly, here's the goal. The goal is to take enough cash that you're going to start off with some cash, okay? Get enough of that cash, buy one of the blocks that represent a piece of real estate, and then what happens is this: if someone lands on that block, then now that person pays you because you own that piece of real estate. Now, the next thing that you do is you take a small piece of that money that you got from that person that bought that real estate, and you go buy another piece of real estate. Rinse and repeat. And you do that until you bought up enough blocks on the block to where if anybody was to purchase that block or land on that block, they owe you money. That's how you build wealth. That's what's happening out here. But see, owning property and land is a premium now. It's a premium now. It's scarce. So now the only way that you can own property is own digital property. And cryptocurrency gives you that ability to do just that on the Monopoly board. Consider your cryptocurrency coins as a digital real estate that you own. It's no different than you owning a share in a company. All right. So as the more cryptocurrency that you own, and the demand for that coin, now the market value increase to where now you get paid from the market value, the equity from the market value. But you're positioning yourself to accumulate these assets. These cryptocurrency coins are digital assets. Right now, real estate is not all dried up yet, but at some point, real estate is not going to be an asset that we're like, as we have in the past, are looking to accumulate, because that right now is becoming scarce. It's becoming scarce. So the best way is to understand cryptocurrency and decentralized environment. Nobody controls your growth. Nobody controls how much asset that you can accumulate. Nobody can destroy it because it's all technically secured. That is where we going to, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably not for everybody, But I would hate to see within the next 5 or 10 years we reacting. I'm trying to get us to be proactive because we got time still. But when they flip that switch, it's almost like turning the light on and all the roaches going to be scattered. We're going to be looking to be we're going to be all over the place when they say we are a cashless society. You're going to need some digital currency in order for you to sustain your lifestyle. The question is, will you be in position to have possession of digital currency? Because it's coming. It's coming. Now, I'm part of a couple of weeks ago, and I've been trying to get in the crypto space for a minute. It's been off and on. But here recently, I've been part of a project to where we are introducing people to a second generation cryptocurrency called Ethereum. Now, if you would like anything like me, I missed the boat on Bitcoin. I could be easily sitting on at least 200 some Bitcoin right now. One Bitcoin, the market value for one Bitcoin is roughly 10K. Now, just imagine if I had 200 of them. You can do the math. 200 times 10. Do the math. I'll be a millionaire. Twice. Right? All because of the fact that I didn't know anything about blockchain, didn't think it was going to happen. I always thought that the dollar will always be here and ain't going to go anywhere. And then here we are right now. Every time the federal government prints money, it devalues the money. Every time. We say, yeah, they can write a check, let them print it. But we don't understand what happens every time our government prints money. It devalues it. Now we got a deficit that we ain't gonna be able to pay back. Every time we print, the government prints money. I shouldn't say we because I'm not part of the government. Every time the government prints money, we go into a further and further deficit. It'll never be repaid. Look, they ain't trying to repay it. As a matter of fact, they probably just say, okay, let it default because we're gonna flip the switch and go digital currency. Ain't that what they normally do? Oh, I noticed I got broadcast spelled wrong up there. Okay, I got to change that. Anyway, I know somebody's gonna probably make a mockery out of that spelling, but if they do, then they missed the message. They weren't paying attention because people tune in what they really want to tune into anyway. So I can't control that. But anyway, cryptocurrency. All right. For those who want to learn more about the Ethereum cryptocurrency, because this is going to be the next wave, second coming to Bitcoin. This is the prodigal son to Bitcoin. All right. Right now, this is where you want to learn and get into Bitcoin. Ethereum. I missed the Bitcoin wave, but I'm not going to miss the Ethereum wave. If you want to know more about Ethereum cryptocurrency, there's the link below, scrolling. Go to that link, or let's do this. I'll put it in the comment field. Okay, so that you can learn more about Ethereum. All right, Ethereum is the second generation cryptocurrency coin to Bitcoin. Now, don't miss the opportunity on getting established in cryptocurrency and having asset access, shall I say, to cryptocurrency. All right. We going into a new digital age. I mean, we already in the digital age. Let's rebuild Black Wall Street, and let's have a thriving economic hub for our people. All right. Brick and mortar is still around, but we want to thrive and build from brick and mortar. We want to go digitally. All right. That's the physical way. The physical way is the old way. The new way is digital. Let's build or rebuild Black Wall Street digitally so we can rebirth the powerful economic hub that it used to be. All right. This is yours truly, Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have God-given right to keep it. So let's keep more of our money so we can do more with, so we can pass down generational wealth. If we're not passing down generational wealth, we're going to be held accountable on Judgment Day, because it's been written that we should be passing down generational wealth to our children's and our children's children. Let's spiritually be responsible for doing just that. All right. We'll talk at y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Peace.